Hey everyone, welcome back. For today's look, I recommend having clean hair. Start by combing through your hair to get rid of all the kinks, and now we're ready to dry our hair. I recommend drying the ends of your hair 90 to 95% and the roots 100%. You should always dry your roots 100% anyway because you don't want to get a headache when you're older. At least that's what my parents told me, so we'll just go with that. And now that your roots are dry and your ends are a little damp, a sock should magically appear. I'm just kidding. I stole this one from my boyfriend, and no worries if you're single, just throw yourself your own sock. It works just the same. Now let me show you how I fold this. I don't know if you can tell, but I definitely stretched it out quite a bit. It used to be pretty short, but now it's much longer. So I definitely suggest you get a sock that you don't care too much about anymore. I like to fold mine into threes, and it doesn't really matter which way you fold it, as long as you can get it to look something like this. For waves like mine, aim for this thickness. But if you do want smaller, tighter curls, then you can go ahead and fold it up even smaller than that, or just use a thinner sock, whichever way works for you, and that'll give you some nice little ringlets. But for me, I like to just fold them into threes. I find that this is the best way for me to get some waves. The goal is to leave enough space on both ends of the sock so that when you wrap your hair in the middle section, you still have some room to work with and secure your hair in place. With the sock already folded right in front of you, start to gather your hair at the top of your head so that when you're laying down at night, you can still sleep comfortably. Go ahead and grab your sock and put it right behind your ponytail, and make sure you leave a little end sticking out so you can tie it up later on. Okay, here's where it's going to get a little tricky, but don't worry, I promise you it's going to be so worth it when we're done. Start to wrap your hair around the longer end of the sock while bending it in a way that basically makes a donut shape on the top of your head. Honestly, whatever method at this point works for you, you should do that. For me, sometimes I like to hold down the shorter end of the sock with my fingertips. Other times I like to use my palm, which I'm going to show you in my next clip when I do a close-up. Other times I just let it go completely and it just works. When all of your hair is completely up, just tie a simple knot in the back of your head. And when you're tying the knot, make sure to invite me. No, I'm kidding. When you're tying your knot, make sure to go in the direction of where your hair was being wrapped, because you don't want to go the opposite way and then start pushing your hair back out. And definitely do not be messy like me right there. There are little bumps that shouldn't be there. If there are while you're wrapping, try your best to smooth it out and be as neat as you can. As you can see, it's inspired by the donut bun method, except we don't have to use a scrunchie here because that leaves a dent in my hair. For this close-up, I do want to show you what it looks like with the scrunchie only as a guide to make your lives a little bit easier when you're starting out. So I already went ahead and started off my loose ponytail, making sure that it's not too tight so I can glide the scrunchie through later with ease. And again, make sure that it sits on top of your head so you can sleep comfortably at night if this is for overnight curls. So now we're going to take our sock, either side is fine, as long as it's a few inches away from the end of the sock. I'm actually going to use this other end just because we didn't use it the other time, so just to show you that it works either way. Again, place it on the back of your ponytail and wrap your hair along the longer side of the sock. And now we're going to slowly glide our scrunchie around it. If it's easier, use your palm to hold it down on one end while you use the other hand to wrap your hair, making sure that you take the scrunchie out, because there's been times when I just completely forget and I leave it in there. I mean, if your hair doesn't dent, you could totally do that, but my hair is a mess when it comes to scrunchies, so I'm not even going to mess with that. The trick is really just slowly bending your sock into the shape of a donut. That's where the hard part, I think, lies. But yeah, so definitely hold down your hair, making sure that you get all parts of it. This is supposed to be an effortless curl look, so it could be a little messy, but you don't want to create that mess yourself. You know what I mean? Now we could finally lose that scrunchie and tie it at the back, making sure to put the sock with the direction of the hair so you aren't pushing it back out. Now, if there are any loose ends, just tuck it back in and you're all set. This is what you're going to be sleeping in, or if you're bold enough, walking around the grocery store. See? No scrunchie, no dents. I like that this is a healthy, heatless style, but if you do want to expedite the process, then you can definitely use a blow dryer to dry your hair. What else? Just make sure you don't burn your hair or sock too much, but I don't really need to do this because I have some time. So I will go do some stuff and I'll see you in a bit. Whoa, actually, the clip already changed and I couldn't even tell when I'm doing this voiceover. Anyway, so this is the reveal part of the video and it's a lot messier from the back. I couldn't tell from the front, but don't worry, it's going to be all cleaned up in a bit. So just carefully unravel it and soon you're going to have really nice, effortless, blowout looking curls. Hairspray, texturizing spray is optional. Last step is do not forget to separate this sock from your boyfriend's other socks or else he's gonna look like a mess. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. I really want you guys to try it out. And if you do, please send me a DM or tag me on Instagram. I have layers on my hair, so I don't know if that affects how it looks on other people, but I'd really like to see. Maybe try this out on a Sunday first because I don't want you looking disheveled. Alrighty, thank you so much for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.